Hello everybody, and I'm sorry for the noise. All three dogs are here in my office. We had a tremendous snowstorm, got almost 17 inches of snow, and everything's pretty much shut down and we're stranded. We haven't shoveled ourselves out yet at this point, but at least the roads are clear and snowplow has cleaned them off. But all the dogs are in here because there's not much room. There's just a little trail for them to go out and go to the bathroom, so they're sleeping in here in my office. I want to thank Ruth Morum very much. She has sent me a link, and she has given me permission to mention this because she knows the elder and the victim personally. In fact, I'll just read her email. You might have seen this before. No, I hadn't. This was the first time I had seen this one. So thank you very much, Ruth. I appreciate it. And I'll put the link down below to her channel. I know the elder involved, and I know the girl involved too. The elder lived next door to my sister, and he was a bit sleazy, but was obviously worse than I thought. Yeah, and I'll put the links down below. Because this is a historic CSA case. It happened back in like 69 to early 70s. Plymouth man 80 jailed for historic sexual assaults. He has been handed a 14-year jail sentence. So this is dated October 4th, 2024. And I'm glad, thank you for the survivor who was brave enough to come forward. Because even though this was a historic case, this elder finally, is going to see some jail time. A pensioner has been handed a lengthy jail sentence after he was found guilty of sexual offenses against a young girl in the late 60s and early 70s. Edward Pusey, aged 80, and from Agaton Road, Plymouth, appeared at trial at Plymouth Crown Court earlier this month when he faced a number of charges. Faced indecent assault of a girl under age 13, and following evidence presented, including witness testimony, the jury found him guilty of all 4 counts. He was handed a 14-year jail sentence for the offense of CSA with a 1-year extended license period. And you can go on to read this article. And then the one Ruth sent me, I was abused by Jehovah's Witness elder, and I blame religion's rule. And this article is dated October 30th, 2024. And she talks about her abuse and how it happened. And you can go on to read some of the details. But he was an elder in the congregation. And the thing is how many other victims who haven't come forward? I mean, that was a lot of years that he was running loose and able to do this to other kids. And that's why we keep speaking out about them hiding it. And they talk about the 2-witness rule. Even the victim's own mother said that she didn't have any other witnesses and just be quiet because you can't prove it. Oh, yeah, see? Under the subheading, sentencing judge told Pusey the harm he caused was immeasurable. Yeah, how long has his victims had to, live with this? Over 50 years. Judge Johnson, in his damning sentencing remarks, stated it was possible Pusey thought that because of the Bible interpretation of the 2-witness rule, his abuse was not witnessed by another, and so he thought he could get away with it. He did. For a long time. And that's how these elders are. The judge noted how the victim's own mother took a similar stance, telling her daughter that because there was not a second witness, her allegations should be dismissed. The Judge Johnson told the court this was in the mid-70s and it may have been part of the culture of that particular branch of religion at the time, but one earnestly hopes that there are proper safeguarding arrangements for children in place now. Not really. A slight improvement, but not really. And you can read the JW's response at the bottom. Well, we have our child safeguarding policy. Right. In fact, a couple of paragraphs below the subheading, it says, the judge said he hoped the things have changed. I don't believe they have. I think Jehovah's Witnesses pay lip service to a safeguarding policy which is ineffective in the face of their teachings and practices. Totally agree. Judge Johnson told Pusey that Allison's evidence suggested he had struggled to control himself, but he said Pusey did not, adding, time after time, you succumb to temptation in the form of lust and abuse the child. The harm you cause as a result of your actions is immeasurable. And they changed the name of the victim. Her name wasn't really Allison. That is the name they chose to use. But like I said, you can go on to read this. And I want to thank Ruth very much because I didn't know about this one. And you're right, I don't have time to do every single one, but I do try my best. I do try my best. It goes on to talk about how he groomed her and everything else. So I will put the links down below. And we are hoping, since we're stranded at home, to do a nail and coffin. And it is a holiday weekend here in the United States. So you all have a wonderful weekend. Bye.